Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. This is Legacy. If you're new, thank you for coming to my channel, checking this out. I just felt prompted, felt led to make this video really quick. I was watching Gaia. I just started getting Gaia again, which I missed. If you guys know what it is, it's a TV show that talks a lot about spiritual things and esoteric things, all kinds of cool stuff. Anyways, I was watching this show called I Am. It was like really, really good. Anyways, I'm gonna just get straight to the point what I got out of this, okay? It talks about what is the greatest thing that you can truly get out of life. Is it money? Is it finding the perfect match, the perfect person or spouse for you? Is it finding the perfect job or career? Is it having to always look perfect and have every hair in place and your makeup perfect? Is that what life is really about? Like perfectionism? Is it about big fancy houses and big fancy cars and, you know, having the best of everything? Is that what really is going to make you happy, like in the long run? Like, say you're on your deathbed and you look back on your life and you think, wow, those things really didn't fulfill me. I think you'd be looking back at the love that you shared with people, the love that people showed you, and the things that you could have done different in showing more people love, unconditional love, and compassion. The two greatest things in life, I do believe, the greatest gift that we can give each other and ourselves is unconditional love and compassion. And if you ask me, there's not enough of that going around in this world. Too many people have been programmed to believe that all these other things are more important than I just mentioned previously. That those things are going to be what brings you really true happiness. But those are just things. They don't even exist. They're not even real. They're holographic. They're energy. Everything is energy. We're made of energy. Everything you see is made of energy, you guys. It's not real. What's real is our spirit. That's what's real. God living in us, as us. Sorry, I usually say it like this. The greatest thing is knowing that God lives in you, through you, and as you. And knowing that God is unconditional love and compassion. That means you are unconditional love and compassion. And if you're not attracting those things into your life, it's because you're probably not showing those things to others, including yourself, in your life or throughout your life. So, I mean, just picture this, okay? Just give me a minute here to give you a visual, okay? Say you're freezing out in the middle of nowhere in the woods and it's winter and you're pretty much half naked and you're wet and you're cold and you're starving. You're like, God, I'd give anything to just have somebody like find me right now and help me get out of this mess. Like, I need help. Would you be thinking, oh God, my hair's a mess. I don't have no makeup on. What if somebody sees me out here? Oh God, I really could use some money right now. Yeah, to burn, keep warm. No, you would be hoping like, you wouldn't be like hoping somebody would come and find you and then be like, offer you like money and say, here's the money. All right, hey, I got this perfect person for you with me right here. It'd be a perfect match for you and I just want to introduce you. Or, hey, here's some makeup so you can look pretty while you're out here. And I know you're freezing cold wet there, but you know, I thought this might make you feel better. Because I mean, this is what you usually seem to talk about the most. Or you always talking about me and your perfect match. Or you're always talking about money or how you want the best, most expensive car or house or whatever. You talk about those things more than you do anything else. So I figured that's what you would want, you know, so that's what I brought you. And that's kind of like how the universe is with us. Like the universe is going to bring to you what's most important to you. whatever vibration you are at, whatever frequency you are emitting, that's what you're going to attract by the law of attraction. And I know I mostly talk about the law of assumption on my channel, but right now I'm talking about law of attraction. There's nothing wrong with law of attraction. I know people really in the law of assumption community really dog at it because, they think it didn't work for them, but it's just because they weren't really realizing it's always working, you guys. It's just bringing back a reflection to you of what and who you are. Okay, so who are you? Are you makeup? Are you a big, fancy, expensive house? Are you a big, fancy, nice car? Are you those things? Is that what you're going to take with you to your deathbed and be happy with? And say, oh, I really was happy with my life just because I had those things. No, you wouldn't. That person that brought you those things that I was saying, I was trying to use that in an allegory, that was the universe bringing you the things that you think about the most, or the things that you're emitting the most from you, the frequency that you put out into the world. Are you putting out unconditional love to others? How are you servicing others besides yourself? Are you only always just thinking of yourself? Or do you ever think of others and how maybe you can help them? Really help them and show them unconditional love, or show them compassion or empathy or sympathy if they need it, or a listening ear, or maybe if you can just be there to give them some advice because you care. These are just some things I just wanted to put out there that I felt like after watching some of what I just saw on Gaia with this guy who had it all. He had the big house, he had all the money. He actually is the director of many movies that Jim Carrey played in, like Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. He was in a lot, he produced a lot of comedies actually. And then he had a horrible experience where he had some concussion that lasted a very long time, that had a lot of serious effects on his health and his mood and his his mental state of mind. He was so depressed he wanted to die and give up. And he was rich and had all the big houses and fancy cars, and he would look at that and he was like, I don't care about this stuff. And then eventually, I'll jump ahead, he started to get better and he started to heal. Thankfully, he started to heal, he got better, and then he started to really ask himself some of these more serious questions that I'm putting out there in this video. What's truly important? What is important really in the world? What is really important to the world? And what do I have to offer this world? How can I make this world a better place? These are the kind of things that most people, I don't think, even ask themselves or even think about, because they're too busy thinking about themselves. They're too busy thinking about me, like a robot. Me, and me. It's what about everybody else who's you pushed out? And those who know law of assumption, you know what I'm talking about when I say everybody's you pushed out, okay? Basically, if people don't know what that means, other people that don't know about the law of assumption, that teaching, or everybody's you pushed out, it's just basically everybody is a reflection of who you are. And they're just you. You're one with everything through the law of oneness. If you know the law of oneness, you're one with God and you're one with everyone and everything. So when you are helping another person, you're helping yourself. When you're loving someone else unconditionally, showing them unconditional love and compassion, you're showing that to yourself. Even Jesus said that in the Bible. He said, love your neighbor as you love yourself, and love God with all your heart, your soul, and all your strength, your whole body. Love God with all that you are. And you are God, and they are God. So you see how those two laws that he said, if you fulfill these two laws, he said, you have fulfilled all of the laws. He was talking to the Sadducees and Pharisees about how they had these 600 and something laws in the Old Testament. He's like, you don't have to fulfill all of those. That's ridiculous. Nobody can do that. It's impossible. He said, you only need to fulfill two laws. It's loving God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your might, and you are God, and they are God. Others are God. So basically, they go hand in hand. And the second law was love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's basically he's saying the same thing twice. He's just rewording it. So are you loving others as you love yourself? This is something I have lived my whole life by. Sorry, allergies. Nose is starting to run. This is something that I lived my whole life by. Treat others how I wanted to be treated, the golden rule. And that ties into what I just said too, with what Jesus said. So I have always bent over backwards to try to help people, even if I'm not feeling well or I'm going through a really crappy time myself or physically not well. I never really think about that, like, for the most part. Like, yes, I mean, I take care of myself. I love myself in a healthy way. I have compassion and love towards myself unconditionally, but I'm not just going to hold that to myself and not spread that unconditional love and compassion out into the world. And you can do this energetically too. You don't have to be with somebody to give them unconditional love or, compassion. You can actually pray. You can pray in your way, however you pray. For me, because I do believe in the law of assumption, I use my mind a lot. I use my imagination. And so I just imagine people like how I would want to feel in a situation that they might be in. Like because I've done this with people where I, use it to help heal them. And so I would just picture myself that I was them, like in first person, and just basically would think, okay, I'm healed. And then I would have an imaginary scene where, basically they're healed. But I'm like them experiencing it. And I don't know, it's just amazing how that works and how it's worked. It's because we're all one. That's why I believe it's possible. That's how it happens. So you can send healing energy out there by just closing your eyes and thinking of the person that needs help and needs healing. Or if you want to send love, like a love to people, you can do that energetically, because we're all made of energy. Everything's made of energy, you guys. Just remember that. You want to send love to someone, close your eyes and picture them and just think, I love you, so-and-so. I love you. You are loved. And mean it. Feel it in your heart. Don't just think it and say it. Feel it in your heart. Your heart, like they were saying in that show I was watching, Gaia. It was called I Am. If you want to watch it, it's called I Am. This movie director. It was about him. So he, had such amazing points that he made in it, and about this world. It's the way we've been programmed to believe that all these things outside of ourselves is what's going to bring us happiness. It's like it's been programmed into us since birth, and those things are not what is going to make us happy, in the grand scheme of things. It's being loved. Everybody wants love over anything. That's why most of these law of assumption teachings is always people saying, I want to attract my SP. I want to manifest my SP. And SP means specific person. Okay, so everybody's wanting to manifest their specific person because they think that that's going to make them happy, and that's ultimately going to be their ultimate happiness. Is once they find that person, everything in life is going to be hunky-dory, and they're going to be happier than they've ever been. I can tell you right now that's probably not true, because nobody's perfect. Yeah, they might be perfect for you, but sometimes there's going to be times you might butt heads. And I'm sure you know that to be true. I'm sure you've loved people in your life and you've had butt heads with them, not had disagreements, maybe arguments even. But you still love them regardless. You don't stop loving them unconditionally, right? And maybe you've met somebody before and you thought that you were just gonna, like, that was the end all of your happiness. Like, that's the cherry on top, that finally I'm going to be happy once I get married. My life's going to be perfect once I get married. And then you get married and you're like, nothing's really changed. I mean, like, yes, some things have changed, but it's like, ultimately we're still the same people. We're still like together and we still love each other. But like, I thought it was going to be like way better. Like, it'd make everything better. Like, my whole life would be better. And you don't realize you're thinking these things, even subconsciously, I think, because it's been programmed into us. Like, even cartoons, like Like my favorite cartoon was Cinderella when I was a little girl. I loved Cinderella, and I thought, oh, she had it so bad, and had the evil stepmother. Like I had a stepmother that was like, God rest her soul, but oh, was horrible to me. Oh, bad. Like, I mean, she was not nice. I'll just say that, okay? And she really made me feel bad about myself every time I was around her. And I was so introverted and shy and so intimidated by her. And so I resonated with Cinderella, having the stepmother who didn't treat her right, and the step siblings too. And so, like, I just think that we've been programmed, like, even in these kind of cartoons as kids, like, especially for us young girls, we think, oh, once we meet our Prince Charming, we're going to be so happy and our life will be perfect and we'll get married and have children and the white picket fence and the fur babies and everything's going to be great. You know, once I get my SP and I manifest them, everything's going to be perfect. No. Nothing's ever going to really be perfect. I mean, maybe close to it. And you can say one of your affirmations, my life is perfect. And for you, it can be perfect. To others, it might not look perfect, but for you, it can be. That is definitely, I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm just trying to say that ultimately the most important things in life are not things that you think are going to make you happy, or relationships that you think are going to make you happy in the end all of the ultimate happiness. It's actually what will ultimately the end all make you happy always and forever, for eternity, will be knowing that you are unconditional love. You are the embodiment of unconditional love because you are God, and God is the embodiment of unconditional love. That's what God is, unconditional love and compassion. So start showing that to others. Start thinking of different ways that you can show people unconditional love besides yourself, but see how you can just think of things different ways. Like when you get up in the morning, start thinking of yourself. I mean, sure, go ahead and think of yourself, but don't think about yourself all day long and affirming, like robotic affirming just all day long and just thinking about me, instead of like maybe taking some time to just like, okay, I affirmed that and I assume that's done. So let's move on and do something else with my day. Maybe I can do some kind of service to help somebody. Maybe I can go to a homeless shelter and help some homeless people. Maybe I could go talk to some homeless people on the street and, you know, maybe offer them some, a meal or you know, give them some help somehow, you know, anything like that. I'm sorry, I have a heart for homeless people. I used to help homeless people and work with them, which I plan on to do again. But, you know, just you guys get your minds off yourself sometimes at least, and think about how you can be unconditional love to others and show somebody else compassion. And you can do it energetically, and you can also do it in person physically. So anyways, this is getting long, but I just really felt led to make this video, you guys. And even though it's like super late and I need to get to sleep here, I'm in my PJs, if you can't tell. But thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that this has really blessed your heart. And know, your heart is your true brain. That's what they were saying in that Gaia movie, I Am. They were scientifically proving it. This is the the Heart and Math Institute, which actually I'm a part of. The Heart and Math Institute. They are scientists, quantum physicists, and all this, and they have found that the electromagnetic field around the heart is way more powerful than it is in the brain, around the brain. So when you go into feeling something from the heart, it's so much stronger than just thinking thoughts. Just thinking thoughts. Yes, thoughts can become things, but when you back it up with emotions and feelings, you will manifest those things a lot quicker, I can guarantee you. And when you focus more on like your frequency and just being in a place of, even if it's just contentment, but you know, happiness is good. If you can think of the things that make you happy and do the things that make you happy, or things that you know, think about things that make you feel passionate, you know, like excited, you know, that helps to keep your vibration in a good place to help you attract the things that you want. And you can tell others about this too, and help them. Like, you guys, like, if any other teachers, spiritual teachers are watching this, especially those who teach law of assumption or law of attraction, or just about manifestation or reality transferring or whatever, tell people about that. Like, yes, I know law of assumption people are always like, seemingly a lot of them are just like, I don't want to worry about my vibration and my frequency, all that. I just want to affirm what I want and get what I want, and I want lickety split. And it's like, yeah, but these laws work together. These universal laws work together. I love to use the law of assumption and the law of attraction together because I get quicker results. So yeah, but just try to get yourself into a place of feeling love, unconditional love, that you are unconditionally loved, and that you are unconditional love because you're God, and that's what God is. And then sending that out to people. Send it out in your thought forms, with your intentions and with your emotions in your heart. Okay? I love you guys. And thank you for watching. And please subscribe and hit the like button. Love you so much. Thank you for watching again. Okay, bye.